Okay, I would like to share an extract from one of the suttas in the Buddha's teaching. This is an extract from the Simile of the Saw Sutta. Hmm. This is in the Majjhima Nikaya, which is the collection of middle-length discourses, okay, of the Buddha. So, in that sutta, the Buddha said, because there are 5 causes of speech that others may use when they address you. Okay, so there's 5 possibilities that when people are talking to you, there's 5 types of possibilities that may happen. Okay, so first, their speech may be timely or untimely. Timely or untimely means it may fit with the content of the speech, or when they speak, it may match with that situation. It may not match with that situation. All right. And second, true or untrue. Okay, this one is easy to understand. The third, gentle or harsh. Okay, so the next one, connected with good or connected with harm. Okay, then the next one, spoken with a mind of loving kindness or with inner hatred or with inner anger. Okay, so the Buddha says, when others address you, their speech may be timely or untimely. I'll repeat so that you guys can kind of like get a deeper impression, okay? So when others address you, their speech may be timely or untimely. Their speech may be true or untrue. Their speech may be gentle or harsh. Their speech may be connected with good or connected with harm. Or their speech may be spoken with a mind of loving kindness, or it may be spoken with inner hatred. Then the Buddha said, a very inspiring, phrase. So the Buddha said, herein, bhikkhus, you should train thus. Our minds will remain unaffected, and we shall utter no evil words. We shall abide compassionate for their welfare, with a mind of loving kindness, without inner hatred. We shall abide pervading that person with a mind imbuing with loving kindness. And starting with him, we shall abide pervading the all-encompassing world with a mind imbued with loving kindness, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. That is how you should train bhikkhus. Okay? So this paragraph, uh, when we listen, when we hear about this paragraph, when we read about this paragraph, then there is actually one message that is very important. Of course, there's the main message where the Buddha is saying that when we meet with these different kind of speeches, let our mind not be affected. Let us always react, response to them in a positive way, all right? With loving kindness, without inner hatred, etc. But uh, there's one message that's not so clear, which is that, hey, when we are living in samsara, it is normal that people's speech may be timely or untimely. It is normal that it's natural that people's speech may be true or untrue. It is natural that people's speech may be gentle or harsh. It is natural that what people say may be connected with good or connected with harm. It is natural that when people speak, they may speak with a mind of loving kindness or inner hatred. Why do I say that this, this is being natural? Because a lot of times, when people say this to us and do this to us, then we say, how can he say that? Or how can she say that, right? But think of it. Why shouldn't not she say that? Why shouldn't not he say that? I mean, he's angry, right? when he's angry and he doesn't control himself, yeah, sure lah, sure sure they will utter some hatred words and angry words, right? Yeah. So why do I talk about this? Because actually, if we can relate to these unpleasant experiences with a more uh, with a more pragmatic and understanding point of view, which is that hey, these things are normal. Good things are normal in life, in samsara. Bad things are also normal. Sickness is also normal. Aging is also normal. If you're not an Arya, that means you are not a noble one. Having defilements is also normal. But it's not to be indulged. Being normal doesn't mean it's to be indulged, right? So so when we understand that it is normal and natural that these phenomena will arise, then we are more willing to accept it. And accepting that this is normal and it may happen is sometimes one of the first step to overcoming them. Why? And letting go of a lot of suffering. Why? Because you see, in our mind, when we hold the view that they should not say that, they should not do this, right? How can they do that? How can they do this? And if you keep this for 1 year, then you suffer for 1 year every time you think about it. Isn't that so? When you keep it in your mind for 5 years, then for that 5 years, every time you think about it, you suffer, right? But actually, do you realize that we actually don't need to suffer for that? Because it's natural, You're in samsara, And since you're in samsara, then good things may happen, bad things may happen. Good words may be spoken to you, bad words may be spoken to you. So when we can understand that hey, it's natural that we are being addressed with this kind of speech, then your mind, that I'm talking about the effect in your mind, that thought of acceptance. Once you accept that hey, this is a normal phenomenon in samsara, there is a possibility that it may happen, then immediately your mind just relax, it just let go of the anger, of the agitation, right? Sometimes if your mind is strong. And then once you accept that it is a natural phenomenon that may arise, then and you have accepted it and let go of that grudge, then we can continue to go to the next step, which is how should I respond to this? What should I do? What can I do to make things better? To make everyone more wholesome, like that. All right. So not only five causes of speech, all the phenomenons, no matter how crazy it is, no matter how weird it is, all right, it may happen. Yeah, that's samsara. You know, like even in the Buddha's time, some people because of their past karma, they were eating feces. In our modern society, we would think that, wow, what is that? How can this happen? But every time we talk about that, we are not in accordance with nature anymore, right? Because, well, there's a possibility that it will happen, right? So how can we say that? How can this happen? Isn't that so? So if we can understand that whatever that happens to us, it is part of samsara, all right? Sometimes, of course, there may be different reasons, like what we say just now. In our forgiveness reflection, it may be because of defilements in others or ourselves. It may be because of our wisdom, etc. Maybe because of all those reasons. But the fact that there's a possibility that it may happen, and if it happens, it's natural. And since it's natural, then okay lah. Then why we need to keep thinking that shouldn't happen like this, shouldn't happen like this. Because many people suffer when they think that many people suffer for a long time because they can't get over that that grudge, that uh, that that obstacle in the mind, that says, how can they do that? How can they do that? You know? But well, how can they? Why not? Why they cannot do that? Nobody say they cannot do that. There's a possibility, right? Okay. So if we can convert this, this is very powerful. If we can train ourselves to let this point of view be one of the values in our lives, which is that when we when we look at life through this very realistic and in accordance with Dharma point of view, which is like a value in our hearts, then you will see that hey, actually you don't need to suffer so much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When your kid is rebellious, yeah, they're rebellious, but yeah lah, that's normal lah. Okay, what can I do? Okay, your customer scold you today. Yeah, yeah. Okay, there's a possibility that sometimes it happens. What can I do? Yeah, yeah, your boss may be somebody of not so honest character. Yeah, yeah. But well, is it normal? Yeah, it's natural, part of samsara, Okay, then what can I do? No need to get angry with him since it's normal. So what can I do? So when we react like this, when we cultivate this as a mental habit, then our mind become more solution minded instead of being very problem minded. Instead of being lost in the problem and getting tortured by the problem and getting tortured by the attachment to the problem for a long time. Immediately we can jump out of that problem and then say, what can we do? Find a solution. Okay, if there's a solution, why worry? If there's no solution, worry also cannot solve the problem. So why worry? Like that, okay? Yeah. And so since this is the case, then whatever that we have met, whatever unpleasant experiences, whatever unpleasant words that we have met in this life, can we say that it is like normal? Yeah, it's normal. It's natural. It's part of samsara because of the workings of karma and also the workings of our defilements and mindfulness and wisdom, etc. So these things happen. Yeah. But what is important is not that, okay, these things have happened. What and then we feel guilty or we feel anger and keep getting angry about it or what. What is important is we have suffered from those unpleasant words and negative emotions already. How to get out of this suffering and how to overcome the problem. Is there a solution to this problem? Sometimes the solution may be no solution at the moment. So if there's no solution, then well, just continue with life first and then continue to research, practice until the solution sometimes may come up through some inspiration, right? And also may come up because of our research, because we keep finding the answers, like that, huh? Okay, so with this, then we can actually, when we have this kind of point of view in life, we can actually, it can actually help us to forgive and let go of a lot of grudges and a lot of things that we find it very weird and not according to our expectations and all that. No lah, samsara lah, everything is possible. Just that now we cannot attain nibbana. That is a reality, yeah, because we haven't practiced enough. So but nibbana is possible. So let us practice and ultimately, make an end of suffering so that we don't have to worry about all these possibilities anymore. All right. Okay. So with that, that's the sharing for today, and let us share notes.